All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. All right, welcome back to another episode of Spitballin Podcast right here from Rialto, California. And today we got another special guest from San Bernardino, California. My guy Vito Photography, right? On Instagram? VITOGRAPHYY. But he goes by Vito and his name is Caesar. Yeah. And welcome to the fucking
Thanks for having me out.
To the fucking Makeshift studio, man.
Yeah, that's where y'all start.
Yeah, for sure. So I know Vito. This is my first time actually meeting him. I know him through my buddy Irvin, a good friend. Shout out to Irvin. He plugged us up. And I wanted to have you on because, it's cool, first of all, that you're from the IE.
I'm born and raised in Los Angeles.
Oh, you're born and raised
in Los Angeles, but I live in IE now.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, but I wouldn't move back.
How long have you been in the IE?
Probably like 14 years.
Oh, okay. So
it's been a while, but still born and raised out there. You get me?
And you're like San Bernardino or
I'm in San Bernardino.
No, but you moved around the IE?
No, I just went from LA to San Bernardino, from South Central to San Bernardino.
Oh, okay, for sure. That's right. So you went to high school here and shit?
Yeah, I went to high school here.
What high school you go to?
I went to Pacific High School.
Pacific, ooh.
Well, I started it at Public Safety Academy. It's a charter school. And then like my junior year, I went to public school, Pacific. I graduated in 2011.
Oh, so you're my enemy. Oh. I'm fucking, goddamn. Edit this, go it. Edit this. No, you.
A few moments later.
He'll edit it. Don't even trip. I'll just say we had some technical difficulties. We're back. Some technical difficulties.
Oh, we're good.
We're good.
There we go.
But where were we at? You were saying how you moved from LA and you stayed from San Bernardino.
Yeah, from LA to San Bernardino, and
you went to Pacific, and I was saying that
your enemy.
Yeah, because I went to Purdue.
All right. Yeah.
And people from Pacific, it's like a beef. Just because it's a school thing, but it's not really like...
Yeah, not really, but it's just like a rivalry thing.
Yeah, it's like a rivalry for like football. I mean, what year you graduate?
2011.
Oh, shit, you're my age then. You're 30.
Yeah, I just turned 30. I just turned 30 in February.
Me too. What's your birthday?
24th.
Bro, that's fucking crazy.
What's yours?
Are you fucking lying right now? Bro, February 24.
93?
I swear to God.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That is crazy. That's what's up. That's what's up, big dog.
That's tight.
You're a fellow Pisces then.
Fellow Pisces.
That's right. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool, dog. Yeah. What are the fucking odds, huh?
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's right. Yeah, so there's a little beef there, but it's just like sports. Like I remember when I was in Purdue, they actually got into it in football, like fights and
during football
like,
games we would fight.
Yeah,
we would always lose the games, but we win the fights.
I don't know about that. Sometimes some dudes from Purdue, they got sometimes like there'll be gunshots and shit.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Yeah, I don't condone that. To me that shit was like, what are we doing, you know? But like towards the end of the game, like the players will. I remember one time they ran on the fucking field, like people from the stands.
It'll get pretty bad sometimes, but it is what it is, you know.
Yeah, but that's crazy. I'm February 24th, bro, 1993. Yeah. I always wanted to make a brand of my birthday.
Yeah.
Because it sounds cool. February 24th. I don't know. It just sounds cool.
I'm already branded on 93.
93?
So on my shins, I have 1993.
Oh, okay.
And on my knuckles, 93 too. 1993,
all right.
But it's faded.
That's right.
But yeah, very branded on 93.
That's right. Yeah, 93. 93, I don't know. It's a cool... how do you feel about fucking turning 30? Is it
it was weird. It was like,
it was weird, right?
No more 20s. I can't say 20 no more. For the longest, I was like, man, I was the youngest one in my group.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, damn, 30s. I'm still one of the younger ones in the group that I hang out with, but still, not say 30, So that's,
And you do feel like, at least for me, actually it started happening like 28, 29. But even now, even more. When I go somewhere and I'm like, wow, I'm probably the oldest guy in here.
Yeah, sometimes. Well, even right now in the industry I am, a lot of the musicians I work with, they're really, really young.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn, 30? I was like, damn. So I'm one of the older guys, and 30 is not really old.
No.
But it's like compared to like 19, 20-years,
And those fools, like, think about when you saw, when you were 19, some fools like, I'm 30. You're like, damn, this old motherfucker. Yeah. Go home.
But now it's like, 30 is pretty young. I mean, it's compared, I still see way older people in the industry. So I was like, 30 is not bad. You know what I mean?
No, especially what you do. It's not like, doesn't require fucking anything where you need to be this young stud or nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I'm not trying to be here for forever either. What I'm doing right now is just it's a stepping stone to what I want to get to. I'm not trying to be doing concert videos for the rest of my life.
Hell yeah, I like that. We'll get into that. So you're from San Bernardino, went to Pacific. You're 30 years old, and so what made you wanna? For everyone who doesn't know, look him up on Instagram. VITOGRAPHYY.
VITOGRAPHYY.
Fuck, I'm fucking
it's
that
like
up.
Vito, VITO, and then graphy, like photography.
Yeah.
VITOGRAPHYY.
VITOGRAPHYY. I'm fucking it up. But look him up. He does a lot of big work with big artists, and he's from the IE. That's why I wanted to have. That's my core thing. That's why I wanted to have him, because a lot of people from the IE, it gets a bad rap.
It does.
The IE gets a bad rap because of how, unfortunately, some cities, major cities, especially San Bernardino, is pretty fucking beat up. But why I started this project was to show like there's people in the IE who are where we come from and are doing big things and following their dreams. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, if you want to speak on how you started doing photography, what made you want to go from whatever you were doing to say, fuck this, man, I'm going to start actually dipping my toe into this? What was that?
So it all started in high school, actually. Mm-hmm. In high school, I was a DJ in high school, so I used to throw a lot of parties in high school. And
okay.
I was at football, baseball, and there was a point where my friend, a really good friend of mine, his mom had an extra camera laying around, like digital camera. And she said, hey, do you want to take the camera so you guys, during your parties, during your guys' games, you take pictures, just pictures, So then I was like, yeah, I'll take it. I always liked cameras. So I picked up the camera and I would take it around with me everywhere. And then I kind of used it as an excuse in high school to ditch class. Since everybody knew me, the parties, being a sport. I would take the camera and walk around during school, but I'm in yearbook. I'm gonna go do something. I'd just leave class.
Yeah.
So then they wouldn't question it. They wouldn't question it. Don't do it though.
You don't condone it.
I don't condone it now, but they wouldn't question it, and that's how I do it. And I after I graduated high school, I bought a camera, and actually my mom helped me buy the camera. My mom bought me the camera.
Shout out to moms.
Yeah, mom's always been there. But mom's always been there for everybody.
Yeah.
So then my mom bought me a camera, and then from there, I would just take pictures here and there. It was nothing like, I never thought of anything of it. I was still DJing. DJing was my main source of income.
Yeah.
And then it got to a point where...
What was your DJ name?
DJ Vito.
DJ Vito. Yeah. All right.
So a lot of people from, my age will know who I am, from high school. And
so if you know...
Yeah, I used to DJ at a club.
Comment.
So I used to DJ at a club in downtown San Bernardino called La Cama. So it was, bro, every weekend.
That shit sounds fucking familiar.
So, bro, it was active for sure.
What street was that at?
On 6 and D.
6 and D.
It was 2 stories, upstairs and downstairs. So every weekend for like 3 years I DJ'd there.
Okay. Shout out to La Cama, man.
Yeah, and it don't exist anymore, but it was crazy back then.
Yeah.
So from there, like I've always had like some type of like it was either music or photos or something, that always intrigued me. So when I after high school, for sure, I bought the camera and I would just have it there. And it was a point where I didn't care about it anymore. It was just whatever there and collecting dust.
You were more into DJing.
Yeah, and at one point I stopped. Like I was like, I had a daughter at the age of 20, so I was like, I gotta get a real job. DJ is only gonna do so much.
Yeah.
So then I started working in maintenance, doing maintenance for apartments. And then for some reason I picked up the camera again. I had my daughter. I was taking pictures of her. And I started getting pretty good at it. I started watching YouTube videos. Like if I wanted to, like, how do I take that kind of picture or do something? I'd go on YouTube and I spent countless, super, hours and hours and hours all night.
That's a question that I just asked EDG. If you were to put it into hours, how many hours have you spent on YouTube looking up your craft?
Oh, I can't even put it into hours, it's days for sure. There'd be times where I'd come home from work and I'd be like, man, how did I take that kind of picture? So I'd go on YouTube. I wouldn't even know the right terminology for it. Yeah. I'd just type in like the whole explanation, and then things would pop up.
You'll get there, yeah.
And then that would lead to me watching another video and another video. So I'd be up, all night watching videos, and I would put these things into effect, taking the pictures, and then people started asking me like, hey, can you take pictures of me or take pictures of my kids? And I was like, yeah, I'll do it. And there was a point where I got it. Like I was making a good amount of money doing my regular job. And then I was doing still photo shoots on the side.
Yeah.
And then I built like a little studio in my living room. I got rid of my couch and I got rid of my couch and I put a little backdrop with some lights. And I was offering like family photo shoots with prints and everything for like $25 a session.
Bro, you were a come up.
Yeah, it was like this was like also like probably like
that's still cheap though. No matter what time.
Like about 9-10 years ago.
No matter what time though. It's
$25.
You were.
I was just trying, just
no,
I wasn't even about getting my name out there. I found something that I like to do.
Side money.
Yeah,
you were looking at it as side money.
Yeah, so a little hustle. I was like, oh cool, I'll start doing this, and then one thing led to another. I had a good friend. He was DJing. He started DJing for the radio, and he's like, hey, come take pictures of my shows.
Yeah,
and that's what got me into like the nightlife.
Mm.
So I started taking pictures of his shows, and he's like, hey, start doing video. So I was like, all right, cool, I'll start doing video.
You didn't know about video.
I didn't know anything about video. I didn't even think that my camera at the time could record video. So then I bought another camera just for video.
Yeah.
And then I would do little videos here and there, and I was bad. Like I look back at videos nowadays, and I was like, oh, damn, how send that? Send that to people. So then it all came with experience. I started getting better, started doing more, and I still had my regular job. I was at that point I was can't remember how old I was exactly, but it was 2015, 2014, 2015. I got a new job at a good complex, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to stay here. I'm making really good money. They were sending me to school to become a AC technician. Mm-hmm. So they sent me to school and everything. And at that point, I was getting a lot more photo and video work. Ooh. Like ridiculous amount. I started working for a company called the Supreme Hollywood Group in LA. Yeah. They would do a bunch of shows with hip hop artists, YG, Nipsey Hussle, Ty Dolla $ign, everybody that was big in the industry, and I was doing all their media. Uh-huh. So like during the day, I had my day job, and at nighttime, I would like 3-4 nights a week, I'll be shooting photo and video. Wow. So then at a point, I was like, you know what? I'm making good money doing photo and video, and I had just finished the schooling for air conditioning. Mm. So one day I was at my job, I had a problem with the management, and I was like, you know what? They gave me I had passed my certificate, so I'm a certified AC technician. Yeah. So the day hit him up. I'll probably blow your house up now. So the day I got my license because you have to go to school and get a certification through the EPA. The day I got my license in the mail is the day I quit my job. So it's like I took on January 21st, 2016 is the day I quit my job, and that's the day I took on video full time. So I just hit 7 years full time, like self-employed as a content creator. So,
man, that's crazy because like those are the things that make me fucking like. It just makes me real happy to hear like people like you who are like, it seemed like you had something going on with work, and then you're like, fuck, you're in this crossroad, right? Where you're like, fuck, but I really like to do this, and then you just made a decision and you didn't know what the fuck was going to happen.
Yeah. And it was scary because I at that point I had a 3-year-old daughter. Yeah. So I was like, do I leave my very well-off job, like I get paid really well to leave something that's a risk. And I was like, you know what, like if I don't take the risk, if I don't take it now, I'm never going to take it. And
then what was so cool too, you had the experience on that, so you could always fall back on it no matter what. So that was also in your back of your mind.
Yeah, that industry is always needed. Summertime, wintertime, like it's always gonna be needed. But it's like at that point, I think it was 24 years old, something around there. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, you know what, I don't want to do this no more. I took full time photo and video, and then from there it's been a long road. It's to get to where I am now. I don't think I'm at the top, but I think I'm at a really good point in my career, where I keep growing.
What's so dope is how you're like, would you say January what?
January 21st.
January 21st, 2016. Yeah. Like it's right there in your mind. Yeah, it seems like it's still right there at the surface.
Yeah. I still remember, I walked into the office and I told the management was telling me something, and I was like, you know what? Here are the keys. Like, I'm
shit,
done,
dude.
And then they call me back like a week later. Hey, come back. We'll give you more. I was like, that's cool.
It's not about money.
It's not about money. So I left, and I was like, I was at that point, I was working like 7 days a week
because you were doing that and that.
No, once I quit my day job, I was filming like 7 days a week. Because I'm not gonna lie, at first I was doing it for cheaper than what I should have. Yeah. But it was just to get my foot in the door.
Oh yeah.
For sure. It was, and it's not good to undercut other people. I wasn't undercutting other people. It's just what I was getting paid. You get me? Yeah. So I was working like 6-7 days a week.
You were giving out prices, and whether they liked yours or theirs, you weren't like, how much is he charging you? Well, I'll charge you this much. They were asking.
I was doing enough to get by, for me and my family. So at that point, I was, I kept growing and then I got my foot into more doors. And then I was doing nothing but like hip hop, bunch of hip hop and rap shows. And then I transitioned to the regional, the
Hold it
corridos.
right here.
Corrido?
Just hold it right
Oh,
there.
for sure.
Yeah, you good.
So I transitioned over to corridos around 2018, and then
Sick.
from there
Were you always into it?
So no, not really. I always I never really listened to corridos like ever, and then there was a grupo that was popular at the time called Tercer Elemento.
Tercer Elemento.
So they had a really dope song and really popular song called Rafa Caro.
Yeah, Rafa.
So at that point, I was like, they had a show in the observatory. So at that point, I had watched a bunch of YouTube videos like, oh, if you ever want to do shows, or like if you want to shoot a show, write everybody in a group, being the artist, being the owner, being management, being
that was
musician.
a tip that you saw.
Yeah. Even if it's like some of the staff, that people that carry the equipment, you write them. You know, somebody's gonna respond.
Yeah.
So I did that. I wrote everybody from the group. I was like, hey, I have a screenshot. I'll send it to you so you can post it. You know.
Yeah, that's hard.
And then I sent him a message, and I copied and pasted to everybody. Hey, you know, I'm a professional photographer in the area. I see you guys have a show coming up in my area. Let me shoot it for you guys. I'm not asking for any money. I'll do it for free. Just give me a media pass, an all access media pass. And then like a week later, the owner of the group writes me. He's like, hey, what's up, man? Send me some of your work. And I sent him my work.
Oh, you were geeked, huh?
Yeah, I was like, hey, you know, I sent him on my work.
Like,
I was sending him on my work.
Like, this is it.
And then from there, I sent him on my work. And he's like, you know what? It's dope. Let's work. You know, I'll give you a pass. Don't worry about it. So that day came. It was like February 2018, I think. And they came. I met up with them at their house. You know, we went to the show. I took photos.
I think they're from.
They were from Santa Ana.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
they're from here. Yeah.
So, some of them were Santa Ana, some of them from Vegas.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
So I met up with them at their house in Santa Ana. You know, I did the photos of the show, and as soon as I got home, bro, I started editing. As soon as I got home,
you were like, I want to do this.
You know
shit.
what? He's like, I started editing photo and video, and before they even woke up, they had a recap of the video of the show and a recap of the photos.
They're like, I fuck with this.
And then in the morning, he's like, hey, bro, nobody's ever sent me work that fast. And then he's like, I have 2 shows this weekend, one with Gerardo Ortiz and one with another one by ourselves. Do you want to go? So right there, he invited me to 2 more shows that weekend. And I was like, you know what, let's go. I ran with it.
So that first time, did you get paid?
Nah,
no, you said no.
Nah.
So what were you thinking this next time? Were you going to do it for free again? Or
that weekend, I was like, you know what? It's going to be one of those times that if I take an L for not getting paid, I'm going to take it, you know, but it's getting my foot in the door.
Fuck yeah.
So it was, and then after that weekend, the same thing I did every night. I turned in the photos and video right away within hours of the show.
Yeah.
So he was like, hey, come over to my house during the week. Let's talk.
Sick.
So that same week, they offered me a contract. Hey, we're going to go on tour. You know,
Fuck, that's sick, dude.
So we did.
You were geeked
up. I was
up.
like, you know what? This is it. You know, like this is all those long nights, all those, you know, everything put in work. And from there, you know, I worked with many artists in the industry. Like now, that's how I do urban, like regional.
Yeah, regional.
Regional, you know, right now I'm on tour with LuisRConriquez.
Yeah.
You know, so it's pretty good with him, you know.
How did you link up with Luis R?
So Luis R, I linked up with him because the same thing happened. I found out he was having a show in the United States. It was his first show at Halos. And a good friend of mine, his name, he owns PRL Music. His name is Rolando. So
isn't that where Pesos?
No, Pesos in Prahin.
Oh.
So PRL has like
Prail.
they have Los Nuevos Ilegales, Enigma Norteña, Gustavo Palafox. They have a few more artists.
Yeah.
And they also manage El Yaqui.
Okay.
So I worked with him for years. Like I still do all their videos for PRL.
Yeah.
So I saw that he was really good. He was really good friends with Luis R and Cartel Music.
Okay.
So I told him, hey bro, like, Pato, you know, tell him that I'll go shoot their show for free. Just let me shoot it.
And you had some experience already doing it. You were kind of a little confident.
This was in 2021, I think.
Yeah.
And I had already been touring professionally. Because even before that, I was on tour with Rancho Mille for a while. Because I did the whole Smoke Me Out tour for about a year.
I'd never seen you.
Yeah, I did a Smoke Me Out tour. I started with Tercer Elemento. Then I left Tercer Elemento to Rancho Mille. I did the whole Smoke Me Out tour. But I was working on
What year were you doing?
2018, I think. 2018,
Oh,
2019.
that was the one before me. I did 2019 with my cousin.
Yeah, I did 2018. That's when it was like super big. They had la guitarra. Well, that's when he still had the mask on.
Yeah.
So I did that.
Also, you were, okay.
That's when Fuerza Regia, that was really big.
They were coming.
Yeah. So that's what I was doing. That's when they released Raicamos de South Centro.
Yeah.
So that's when that tour was just big, really big. Yeah. And I was with them, and then I was doing more music videos after I left them because I was working for another guy. But he was getting all the credit. So I was working under him, you know. So
under him, yeah.
So I wasn't really building my name.
Yeah.
So then, like around I did, like more music videos and other projects during like those 3 years from like 2019 to 2021. I did a lot of stuff for fitness companies, marketing and stuff like that. So 2021 came, and I seen that Luis was gonna have a show at Halos. So I wrote my friend from the owner of the label. I was like, "Hey, bro, like, tell him I'll shoot the show for free.
Yeah,
just get me in there." And he's like, "Hey, you know what? They're bringing their camera guy from Mexico." And I was like, "It's cool, no worries. Like,
I don't care. I want to do it."
I was like, "No worries." He said, "Nah." He's like, they already bring it to him. Like, it's not gonna be enough like space, on stage. And I always respect,
Yeah.
So I was like, "Yeah, it's cool. No, I'm not tripping. Don't worry about it." So then that same night, probably a few hours before the show, my friend calls me. He's like, "Hey, bro, their camera guy couldn't show up." He's like, "Pull up, like, get your stuff." And I was like, "Fuck it, like, let's go, same thing as the Tercer Elemento." I was like, I was excited. I was like, "Let's go." I got there, shot the show, did videos, because I do photo and video.
Simon.
So I shot the show and did photos and videos, and the same with, I got home, I started editing, and the next morning I sent it to them, and they're saying, they're like, "Bro, that's Tyler. How do you send them so fast?" I was like, "Bro, I didn't sleep all night last night. What you mean?" And then from there, they offered me like, "Hey, because their camera guy from Mexico, he's the one who does the official music videos. So it's hard for him to leave, because he started doing bigger videos, for him to leave on tour. So they gave me the opportunity that, hey, what's
like
up,
he'll do those videos you do on tour.
Yeah, I do
like
tour,
those recap ones.
the recap photos, and then it got to a point where I started shooting the music videos for Luis too. So I do a lot of his live videos. Some of his the biggest video I've done for him so far is Siempre Pendiente.
That sounds hard.
Yeah, that one with the PESO PLUMA.
Yeah.
I was seeing they had 8 million views in 3 days, and then YouTube took it down because of the gun. Yeah, because of the guns and stuff.
Oh,
so YouTube took it down. So then other platforms,
cool.
other people were posting it. So a few months ago, I saw like we got it reposted. So after I counted like a bunch of pages that posted,
other ones,
it was probably like close to 200 million views. Yeah, and then it blew up. And that helped me, my career too. My name was on there and everything.
You feel like that one's the one that really blew you up?
Yeah, that one really blew me. I have millions of views on other videos. That one, 200 million, that for my name to be on there.
And his PESO PLUMA is one of his like iconic ones, right? I mean, El Belicón is his.
El Belicón, that's what got him on. That's what started him,
Yeah.
But Siempre Pendiente, that one just,
And people really rock with Luis R. I mean, yeah. I feel like he's not my favorite artist, but I really respect his come up.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Up. And like people from Mexico and then out here, they really fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like they just like his come up. And he's really good. His fucking music's really good. Not to fucking, but yeah, that's one thing that that was when Luis R was really, he's still fucking big, but PESO PLUMA was still, you know. He wasn't like what he is right now, 3.3 million on Instagram.
Yeah, 3.3 million. He has more than Luis right now.
Crazy.
His shows are just like, his shows are crazy. This guy's nonstop running around the stage.
You know who he reminds me of? Mexican 6ix9ine.
Hey, low key a little bit.
Right?
Like that, yeah.
His energy. Like when you see him, you're just like, this guy's different.
Yeah, he's something else because, like I said, he does corridos, but there's like a different style. One of the bigger things that's in right now is the corridos with trombone.
Yeah, he started that.
Yeah, so the trombone stuff, and it's hitting really hard right now,
Yeah.
Omar Ruiz did it years ago, but it wasn't like the same feel it is now.
Yeah.
So his shows are really, really good. PESO PLUMA. And then Luis started adding that to his shows too.
Yeah.
A lot of trombone. Because Luis does banda, norteño, and serreño.
Simón.
So he has basically 3 groups in one.
Yeah.
So he's able to sing 3 different, all 3 different types.
3 different styles.
So it's pretty good. But like I said, I'm on tour. I've been with Luis since 2021.
And how's your relationship with him?
Oh, it's cool. After the shows, he'll text me, "Hey, where the photos at?" Messing with me, sending me stickers on WhatsApp. I can't show you guys which one, but
He's like, "Mándala."
Yeah. And no, but he's cool. He's super humble. A lot of people
he looks like he's like
a lot of people.
humble.
Some people they'll post like, "Oh, he's not humble. He don't want to take a picture with us."
Oh man.
But people don't realize that. Not only the artist, but the artist is, they only see the artist. They don't see the back end of it.
Yeah.
They don't see that he's been up for 3 days.
Yeah.
Show to show.
Exactly.
And being up there singing, he doesn't do an hour. He does like 2-3 hours at times. There's been times where he does like shows like 4 hours. Like he loves to sing. So he'll pay like the multas that they give us. From the venues, he'll pay him. He's like, you know what? Fuck it, I'll keep singing. So people don't realize, imagine 2-3 days of little sleep. Sometimes he'll eat like once a day, because he got to go from flight to flight to flight.
And being hungover.
Being drunk, and then like I said, the lack of sleep, it gets to you after a while, and then sometimes you just want to go after
Airports.
the show. Yeah, sometimes you just want to go back to your hotel and sleep.
That's it.
And he's still a human at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So people are like, oh, like, hey, can I take a picture? And he'll just walk out. Like lately, for safety reasons, right after the show, they take him to his truck and take him. Because there's been times where people get mad, people start throwing things, and it's just like. Sometimes one person ruins it for a lot of people.
Yeah, exactly. No, you're so right, dude. You're so right. When I was with my cousin on tour, that's one thing. I used to do his vlogs, and where I realized where it looks all good when we edit it, and it looks all like fun, but it's not that fun, guys. It's like it's fun when you're in the show and all these people are reacting to the music, and it's like whoa, but like the after and to get there, they don't know that they just took 2 flights and one was delayed and this and that. And they barely made it to the show. You know what I'm saying? So that's what people don't realize, that all that hard work that takes into to get to the show, let alone make the show happen.
Yeah,
and people get, like you said, one person ruins it for all. Like I've been there where the show's going good, the show's over, and one guy's trying to get a picture for his girl, and he's all drunk and he's mad that the person doesn't want to take the picture because they want to leave already. What's wrong with that?
They like, okay, get a saludos, record his video, and I was like, bro, like he's tired, He just take 3-4 hours for a show, and you expect him to do a video for like 300 people waiting in line.
Yeah.
Sometimes we'll be there and he'll do photos. He'll wait 300-400 people, however many people are in line, he'll do them. So it's pretty cool. But a lot of people don't realize that it's the tour life isn't for everybody.
Nah, man,
it's not for everybody.
That shit will cut. Like you've been on tour. The airports, changing of the weather, time zones.
No sleeping. A lot of people, like I said, a lot of people don't realize. They think, oh, you do a lot of shows. Your life is a party. Nah. Like I said, it's cool. I enjoy it. I wouldn't change for anything. But, like tonight, I'll after this, I'm going to go home, get ready, get my stuff ready. Because I have a 9 a.m. flight tomorrow from Tijuana. So I have to wake, I'll get a couple hours of sleep. But I'll wake up tomorrow at like 4 a.m., take off at 5 to be at the airport at 7. And then I land in Mexico. So tomorrow we'll land in Mexico. We have a show. Yeah. So tomorrow when I land, we go straight to the venue to do sound check, because I do photo and then I also do stage managing. I help the stage manager. So I make sure that when we get there, Luis's green room is ready. Yeah. all the things that we ask for, everything's ready. So it's not like I get to just chill all day.
So you're moving up there too on your in the I guess LuisR Corporation.
Yeah, so right now
you're not just doing video. You said you're doing
so
management.
Stuff, management stuff too. I do a lot of stuff on the back end, and then right now I just took over control of not just LuisR, but all in general cartel music. I'm doing all their video stuff.
Sick.
So even if I can't shoot it, I'm sending teams to shoot and stuff like that. So, and then they have urban artists too. They have like 6-7 artists in the regional. Yeah. And then a few urban artists. So right now I'm in charge of all that stuff.
Cartel Music is LuisR's, or is that someone above him, or is he a partner?
They're partners.
Oh, okay, copy.
So there's 2 partners and then LuisR.
So it's kind of like with Grupo Firme and VIP Music, exactly. Right? Where they're both.
Yeah, exactly.
That's dope, man. That you're earning your stripes says a lot about you too. It seems like you're a grinder and you want to get somewhere, and you figure it out how to get your foot in somewhere. You know?
Sometimes that's just what it is. I've been putting in, this will be my 3rd year with them putting in work.
With LuisR.
Yeah, with LuisR. And it's like I say, it's a lot of people see like, oh, you travel a lot, you're having fun. Yeah. But they don't realize, like, sometimes, there's been times where I've been up for like 40 hours, 36 hours. Yeah. And it's like, you're sometimes after a while, your body starts shutting down. Yeah. Sometimes we'll eat like once a day, or and when we do eat, it's not like because they don't feed us. It's just we're so busy.
Yeah, you can't find time. You got to get that on the go.
Sometimes we'll stop by like at an Oxxo like at 3-4 in the morning, and get a fucking sopa maruchan and just go.
I understand you, bro.
But there's perks to it, like you said.
For sure.
Sometimes we show up a day early and we get to travel the city and stuff like that.
I think let me know if you disagree, but I think one of the biggest perks when I was with my cousin, and still I come around here and there, but not as much. But my biggest thing is that I've gotten out of it is what's the word? No, it's not interaction. It's networking.
Oh, network, yeah. Really
you don't get nothing out of it in that time, but meeting that person and getting to know someone's fucking story. That's what really gets me. Like, that's what I've earned that's what I've gotten out of that, where I'm like, man, that fool was really good, really cool, or that fool wasn't as cool as people think.
A lot of people.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I feel like networking has really like, you know.
You meet a lot of cool people. You meet a lot of people like, damn, like fuck, like 100 people stand him, you know.
Yeah.
You know, but networking, that's where it's at. You know, you get your foot into one door into another door, and then, you know, one door opens, and then they just keep nonstop on me. But you have to have a good work ethic too, you know.
And you gotta caer bien too.
Yeah, you gotta, like I said, this past weekend we had a show with LuisRConriquez and PESO PLUMA. So and I was like,
seen your photos.
Yeah, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take some pictures of Peso's show. You know, I was also there just to enjoy it, but I took some pictures, and I posted them, bro. And then, organically, you got like 1,500 likes on the post. And then just with that post, I gained like 500 followers.
Sick.
Yeah, so it's crazy. He posted me and shared me and everything.
Yeah, no, I seen that. Yeah. Shout out Peso.
Yeah, Peso's cool, bro.
He seems like a fucking a good time, and he seems like a good dude.
Yeah, bro. All these artists are cool. Just sometimes people just catch them at the wrong time.
Yeah, no, I completely understand.
Like
that.
I said,
some people too, like I was talking about EDG. Some people too, they're too much.
Yeah.
Right? They're too fucking like, hey man, this guy's a human. Calm down. You want to get your picture, photo?
Exactly.
Just be like, hey brother, when you're done with that, you might give me a picture. You know, sometimes some people they're hey, and it's like, whoa, calm down.
They start rushing.
They're human. Yeah. Luis R and Peso and FR, they're used to it, but at the same time, it's still like, whoa.
A lot of times I see it as like, you know what, maybe I don't see it as a regular. I'm not saying a regular person, but since I'm in the circle, I'm in the industry.
Yeah.
I see these people as people, you know. I know them as friends. You know what I mean? Like I know them as friends. I talk to them like a person.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like then you get people that are like, oh, they're out in the public, and you know, oh, can I have a picture? They can't even finish eating. You get me?
Yeah.
And then it's like, man, you know, sometimes I feel bad for the artists because they can't enjoy, you know, certain things. Like sitting in, you know, at a public restaurant or just going out with your family because you get bombarded by people. You get me?
The best thing to do, I mean, from what I've seen, at least how my, you know, FR handles it, where I see that they actually, you know, like the respect is when they're at a restaurant and the people see them and then they wait.
Yeah, one thing, you know, especially even me, like if somebody bugs me while I'm eating, bro, especially with your kids and your family, I was like, bro, just wait till
exactly. That's what I'm saying. That I feel like that's the best approach. Let them finish whatever they're doing, whether they're eating or shopping or whatever, and just wait. But you know, these things have been happening for years, and that's the same response, and people just keep doing it. But it is what it is, you know what I'm saying?
People don't learn, you know. People, like you said, they get starstruck, and it's you know, understandable.
Yeah.
You know, see artists that you see online, you see on TV, and then you see them in person, and you're like,
whoa.
And then you're like, you know, to us, they're, you know, we see them all the time, so it's just like everyday thing for us. But some people are just like, you know, they don't get the opportunity all the time. So I understand them, but they gotta understand too. These people are they're human beings.
Yeah. So let's go back to where you were saying where Siempre Pendiente was the one that blew, you know, you felt like it made your career take off on another level. How did you get that that video shoot? You know, how did you get that? How did that come about?
Honestly, it was one of the video shoots that we planned very last minute.
Mm-hmm. Those are the best ones, by the way.
It was like, Luis says like, hey, we gotta shoot a video, and the management, they told me that, hey, we need you to shoot a video for Luis and some guy named PESO PLUMA, and I was like, I don't know who he is, you know. I was like, but I'm down, whatever, you know. So from like one day to another, they're like, hey, let's shoot it tomorrow. The only thing is that we have to be gone by 1 p.m. because we have a show. And the thing is, I was like, at that point, I was also touring with El Yaqui and El Flaco. So that next day, I already had a flight out to go to, I forgot I was going, but I was going to the East Coast.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, I got a flight in the morning. I can't shoot it. They're like, don't worry, we'll get you another ticket. And I was like, fuck it, you guys give me another ticket. So then I hit on my boy Miguel, directed by Miguel, you know?
Shout out DBN.
Yeah, so I was like, hey, bro, I need some help tomorrow. We're going to shoot Luis and some other guy. I don't know who he is.
He's like, I'm down.
And he's like, he pulled up. He's like, hey, what time? I was like, bro, meet me there like at 8 in the morning. We went to some random hills in San Bernardino. And then the day before, bro, not even 24 hours before the shoot, I was riding a bunch of off-road groups because they wanted razors, you know, Can-Ams and trucks and stuff. So I did an open invite, bro, and then a bunch of, probably like 30 razors showed up. And then we shot
like, meet at this address. Yeah. You didn't tell them what it was for?
No, I told them it was a music video for Luis Saturday. So people, you know.
They were like, oh, let's go.
You know? So then we shot the video, bro. We shot it probably like in 2-3 hours.
Oh, that's a little
2-3 hours, bro. And then while I was editing, right after the shoot, I sent my truck my friend's house because I had all my gear in there, and I Ubered from the shoot to the airport because I had to shoot like an hour, a flight like an hour later.
Yeah.
So at that point, bro, I was already editing at the airport.
Oh shit.
I was already editing, and by the time I got to my destination at nighttime, I was almost done with the edit, and then at nighttime I want to go shoot. Shot the show. The show was over like at 3 in the morning. Straight back to the airport because I had a 6 a.m. flight back home.
What makes you want to, get straight to it? Is it the love of doing it, or
it's the wow factor of people. Like when people like, I'm not cocky, but I'm very confident with my work. Mm-hmm. But when people are like, oh man, that's badass. Like, how'd you do that? That I guess it hypes me up. You know? So when I turn in things right away, it'd be like.
Artists like that too. They like the turnaround.
Yeah.
Especially when it's good too.
Even for shows now, as soon as the show's done, I'm already on my laptop editing.
Sick.
We could be traveling to the next day, traveling to the airport. I'm already on my laptop editing photos.
Sick.
I'll airdrop them to myself and send them to Luis within an hour of the show. And then the video, of course.
And he posts whatever.
Yeah, he posts them, and then within a couple hours, I'll be done with the video too.
Sick. Yeah.
And then
that's sick, dude. Yeah. So it sounds like you fucking. You like the like you said, that wow factor of like, damn fool, how the fuck did you just do that? Well, fuck, I did it.
You gotta do something. You got just try to be a little different in the industry. Try not to be the same as everybody else. A lot of people, a lot of new people I see, they always try to be on stage, bro. They always try to be on stage, and it's like, bro, you guys all getting the same shot staying on stage. Yeah. Walk all the way to the top of to where the people are at, walk, behind people, get different shots. Just try to make yourself a little different, and that's what I try to do. Sometimes I'll be on stage, and sometimes I'll be all the way in the opposite side where, the top row, nosebleeds, just to get those shots. And it just makes it a little bit different.
Oh, okay. That's cool that you're thinking like that, Try to get your work recognized or just change it up.
Yeah, change it up a little bit.
Because I do see, that's right, I do see a lot of people on stage, and it's also for the clout.
That's one of the bad things in the industry too. A lot of people do it for a clout.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like, oh, I was there with this show. I was there with Fuerza Regida. I was there with Luis. I was there with Peso.
Yeah, that's another thing too. Shout out Irvin. I remember we were working together, and he told me about. He's like, "Hey, dog, I think I could get you the homie Vito."
Yeah.
And then I was like, "Show me the stuff." And then I go, "Okay." I start scrolling. I'm like, "All right," because right now that you said that, a lot of people when I was working right there, they'll say they know these people. They'll say they know they did this work. Then you come kind of corner them, and they're like, "No, it's because of this. That's why you know what I'm saying." So then when I started seeing all your shit, I was like, "Oh no, this fool's connected," So then I told everyone, I was like, "Yeah, let me see if put in the word, and then I'll hit him up."
He told me one day, like I said, I play soccer with Irvin.
Yeah.
So
I know you took my spot. I wanted to be goalie.
We don't play no more, bro. It's because I'm on tour so much, so. When I'm gone, sometimes, a lot of players don't show up.
Yeah.
So I think the last game that they played, nobody showed up. Only Irvin showed up. So he's like, you know what? Just,
it's so hard, too, with people's, schedules. When you're older, you're doing more, soccer's kind of like just something that you want to.
It's fun.
Yeah.
I play handball like almost every day now.
Handball?
Go to the gym with my boys. And he's sporting in Highland.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we have a group chat with my boys. Like, hey, let's play handball today. So we'll go, try to go once a day or a couple of times a week. We're all so busy because all my boys, like, one of my other boys, he does video too.
Okay.
He does a lot
What's
of
his name?
His name is Johnny.
Johnny.
I'd recommend him. He does a lot of stuff for Jacquees, and like he does a lot of like hip hop stuff.
Oh, shout out Johnny.
Yeah, so he's cool. And then
that's right. He's from the IE too?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. That's my boy. And then my other boy,
telling you the IE, man.
There's a lot of us out here.
Yeah, dude.
So then and my other boy does screen printing. So we have like our own businesses,
Sick.
So that's pretty tight. But yeah, everybody's cool. He's like, hey, he told me, hey, one of my boys gonna hit you up for a podcast. And I was like, hey, this is my first podcast actually.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
I got hit up before, but it never worked out. I was always busy, or I was like, you know what? Today they canceled my shoot. I was like, let's run it,
And that's one thing too that I was trying to like. Hopefully, I showed it on text and like our DMs. I wasn't trying to pressure you onto doing it. I wanted you to want to come too.
No, I wanted to come. But sometimes
No, you're here.
I had a shoot today that was all day shoot. We had 9 videos. But since the rain, the weather, they're like, they just scheduled for next week. And I was like, cool, just run it.
Yeah, I have canceled on people's, if I had a podcast. But sometimes stuff come up. Yeah. And that was one thing, too, that I wanted to show you. Like, hey, I'm okay if, if something comes up or something. I know as long as you want to do it, it's gonna happen, and I want to do it. So but today it just aligned.
Yeah, no, it was cool. Thanks for having me out.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool that that all these other people, that you network, and your story. That's one thing. What, like I said at the beginning, and I've said on many podcasts before, where I really enjoy people's fucking grind and story of the come up. That's like one of the most beautiful things in this world that I really like. Like, fuck whatever you feel that you've accomplished. The come up is really where you earn your stripes, where you earn, like, right now I bet that you're touring and making, you're making obviously better money than what you were making, but you look back and you're like, man, I remember when I used to do that. Like, I remember when I had this, and you're like,
I
looking back, like,
I remember
fuck.
my first job I ever had. I always remember it. After 80, I used to do maintenance for apartments in some ghetto apartments in Colton. Bro, shit was breaking down all the time. Bro, I was working nonstop all day.
Yeah.
After 80 hours, after they take out your tax and everything, bro, I was making like $683 every 2 weeks. Bro, 2 weeks. I look at that now, like, man, like, I thank God, like, I'm doing pretty good for myself now.
What is that? Is that, being in that level that keeps you from, like, fuck,
Yeah.
Because, bro, like I've said before, you got to enjoy while you have it, because it'll come down faster than it came.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You just got to put in work. A lot of people these days don't want to put in work.
They don't. They want to just get it, and they expect that it's just going to happen.
Yeah, like I said, I put in work. I've done my hours,
Yeah.
A lot of people these days, oh, bro, take me on tour, bro, do this, do that. I was like, bro, like, come to a shoot, put some light stands up, pick up some boxes, then we'll talk about it. No?
Yeah, that's right. And then the work ethic that they put into that, you'll see it.
I've had guys come, they'll be like, oh, let me shoot for you, I'll help you out, whatever you need. They'll come and shoot, I'll be like, come shoot. I always try to give everybody an opportunity, bro.
Yeah, because you wanted that.
When I wanted it, bro, no, I'll have people be like, nah, like, I'll have people ignore me and stuff like that. I don't know if at that point they felt intimidated or something. But to me, I was like, bro, like, there's no reason I can't take over the world by myself.
No.
There's no way I can do it by myself. So I try to help out as much people. Even when I do shoots, I always hire the same caterer.
Yeah.
It was one of my neighbors, and I was like, bro, why do I gotta hire a pizza person? I'll take care of one of my people.
Hell yeah.
For some of my shoots, the same thing. I always hire the same people because I was like, these are my boys. If I can't do it, I know I could trust them.
Hell yeah.
Because I've had shoots where I call people before. They'll come shoot, and after the shoot, they'll go up to like Luis or some of the management, and they'll be like, hey, look what I could do for you,
Yeah.
Bro, they try to step on my own toes on my own shoots, so it's hard being able to trust somebody, especially when it has your name behind it.
No, yeah, and then you're referring them, and then like the Luis or whoever you made them go shoot for, they'll be like, sick, is it?
Yeah.
I didn't like his vibe, or when you're like, fuck.
Yeah, like I said, that one time that I let some guy come shoot the show with us, and after he went to the green room and started talking to us, he's like, hey, look what I could do for you. You should take me on tour with you.
Yeah.
Bro, trying to undercut me. And the owners of the label, they call me because we carry radios.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, Vito, what's up with your boy? He's bugging Luis. And I was like, nah, bro, kick him out. I told security, hey, go kick him out,
Oh, that's right.
Bro, just try to respect it, If I call you for a shoot or have you come out, just respect it, bro. Don't come in trying to drink or stuff like that. Because I've had,
Or take the phone out.
Yeah,
Quick to take the phone out. Some fools are quick for that. It's like, calm down,
a lot of people do it for the clout.
Grown men, too.
Yeah.
People who are in their, late 20s. And it's like, dude, calm down. You're going to get it if you put in the work, or if, at the end of the night, if you've been respectful, I'm pretty sure they'll be like, yeah, fool, let's
exactly.
do it. You know what I'm saying?
Even I'll be like, hey, there's times where I'll take some of my boys to shoots. I'm like, hey, you want a picture with Luis?
Yeah.
Like, nah. I was like, nah, bro, don't worry. Like, I'll ask Luis myself.
Yeah.
Hey, can my boy get a picture with you? And Luis will be, yeah, come through,
Yeah.
But there's a time and place for everything. If he's in the middle of a shower, he's eating, don't be asking him for a photo.
Yeah.
Wait till the end. Wait till we're cleaning up, and then that's when you ask for a photo.
Yeah, when they're more like, okay, it's done, it's over. You know what I'm saying? But so you went from with Luis R, you're now a manager. You're doing videos and photography and doing what management?
Like stage management.
Stage management.
So then, like for some of the bigger shows that Luis has, if he has any special guests, I make sure that we have green rooms for them. I make sure they have passes for their guests, their artist passes. I make sure they're accommodated.
You're the contact for that. So their people start hitting you up.
I get contacted by Luis's people, Luis's guests. Like just in December, Luis had a really big two-day show in Guadalajara.
Yeah.
And then we had Codiciado, we had Enigma, we had Edgardo Nunez, Peso Pluma, bro. There was like 10 artists, and I made sure that every artist was accommodated.
Your phone was nonstop.
Yeah, bro. And then during the show, still go take photo and video.
Damn.
And then that day we were live streaming, so I still had a camera team of like 12 guys running the video part of live streaming, and I was doing the recast photo and videos, and then I still took care of all that stuff for 2 days back to back.
Do you have 2 phones?
Yeah.
You gotta have 2 phones.
I actually have a Mexico line and an American line.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I have a Mexico number and a U.S. number.
I mean, he has a lot of fans right here, LuisR, but I feel like in Mexico it might just...
Oh, yeah, bro. And then the shows in Mexico, bro, they're completely different from U.S. shows, bro.
My favorite ones are, they're smaller, but the palenques.
Oh, palenques are tight.
It's just like, you feel the fucking presence, you know?
Yeah, because you're right there. You know, I'll send you some videos that I have on my phone. I'm standing in the middle of palenque and people are just screaming, you know?
Yeah, no, palenques are that's my favorite, honestly.
Yeah, palenques are cool.
Those shows are great because you feel the whole vibe, and then, like, the people, shout out to the people that buy those tickets that are right there.
Yeah, in the front.
Because they're right there,
sometimes the people in the front are the heavy hitters.
Yeah.
It depends where you're at, but sometimes the people in the front rows
you don't even know who it is.
The heavy hitters. Yeah. That's why you don't want to look. You know, there's been times where I've been told, hey, don't record this person. I'll be like, you know what? Wherever you say.
Which one exactly? All right, I'll go.
I'll be like, you know what? My camera's not even going to point that way.
I know one time I was over there and they told me, so they go, hey, move everyone from stage. And I go, okay, you know, from the palenque. So then I'm starting to move people. Hey, you guys got to go inside the camarino. Yeah, the camarino. And then there's this guy, he's standing there. And I go, hey, compa, se tiene que ir adentro. And then some fool's like, hey, ese güey es you know, some heavy shooter. And I'm like, no, usted se puede quedar.
Yeah, that's how it is. In Mexico, it's a whole different ballpark.
No, la gente, they're all nice, but it is a different.
Out there, you don't know who's who. You know, like even like with girls, bro, you don't want to look at you don't want to look at the wrong girl, bro. You get picked up.
No, easy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, for the most part, when you're with artists, people are happy. Whoever's with the artist or the group, they're happy to be nice to you. But if you say the wrong thing, look at someone the wrong way.
And sometimes it's not even like the like the top dogs, like the big dogs that are the ones that are assholes. It's the lower level guys.
Yeah.
They think even out here, like the lower levels, they think they can run shit and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Bro, but it's still in Mexico. It's like you don't know who's who.
Yeah, Mexico.
Yeah, bro. Sometimes they have us driving around. They have us in bulletproof trucks.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they have us in bulletproof trucks. So they have the military escort us around, police. When we go from like the hotel to the show, we always had escort.
What has been your favorite city so far in Mexico?
I love all of Mexico, but I always like staying in Mexico City.
Oh, I've never been there.
The DF? My mom's from the DF originally. Okay. So that's why I have some connection to it. Like,
okay.
I like staying in. Whenever we go, like anywhere close to Mexico City, I'll try to stay an extra few days and explore.
Yeah.
Yeah, just go out there and.
If you know that you don't gotta be anywhere and shit.
Yeah, sometimes like we'll have a show on like last time we had a show in Texcoco, which is only about an hour away from Mexico City, and that was on a Sunday. So I was like, you know what? Instead of going home Sunday, I'm gonna Monday. Instead of going home Monday, I'm gonna stay in Mexico City a few days and then go home. So I stay in Mexico City. You know, I want to go to. I like doing touristy shit when I'm out there.
Yeah.
You know, there's people that like going out to clubs and partying. Bro, I'm the opposite. I like going to tours, going to the pyramids, going to see sightseeing stuff. You know.
Yeah.
So when I'm in new cities, I always try to do stuff like that.
So when the show's over, you guys kind of just part your own ways.
It depends. So
no, what I'm saying is, let me rephrase that. So. Not just the show, but what I'm saying is like when that weekend is over, do you not just... So for my experience, I know that we would still kind of kick it or do some type of work. You kind of just, okay, the weekend's over, you do your own thing or...
So it really depends on what the weekend after has to do. You get me? Mm-hmm. So if that weekend is over on a Sunday and we don't have a show till like Friday, usually sometimes... Because we have a tour bus. Yeah. So there's very few of us that live in the United States. Okay. And we all live in California. Like the owners, they live in Fontana and Riverside. But they always fly private. So me and my other boy, Manny, he's the audio engineer.
Shout out Manny.
He could probably bring him on here too. He has a lot of experience too.
Oh, yeah.
And then...
send me his info.
Yeah, he has a studio. He has a studio right here in Upland. You could go out there and do it.
Oh, sick.
So then me and my boy, he lives in Pomona. So me and him always travel together. We've known each other since Tercer Elemento. Sick. We're on tour with them too. And then somehow we come back over here and now we went on tour, so me and him travel everywhere together. So usually after the shows, if the bus goes back to, because Guadalajara is the headquarters. Mm-hmm. So the bus usually will go back to Guadalajara, and then me and him will usually fly from wherever we're at back home.
Yeah.
So, unless we have
and your buddy Manny,
yeah,
he's in the IE too.
he's in Pomona.
Pomona.
Yeah, he's in Pomona.
Pomona's LA, right?
Yeah,
Shout out LA.
Inland Empire thing.
Yeah, it is.
I think it's Inland Empire.
Oh, Pomona. Yeah. I was Pasadena. No,
Yeah,
Pomona is IE. Pomona's
Pomona
IE.
IE. And then he has a recording studio in Upland.
Okay.
So yeah,
he does like a lot of music videos there.
No, recording audio.
Audio?
He's the audio engineer.
Okay.
So he makes sure everything sounds good.
Oh, okay. So like someone like you comes, you know, you do the video and then he comes. He's doing the audio.
Yeah,
right?
he's the one in the it's called front of house. He's with that big mixer,
Yeah, that
leveling
big one.
everybody, make
Yeah,
sure he's
yeah,
good.
yeah.
That everybody's sounding good.
So he's like that one guy who's famous too on YouTube. Compa, fuck, I'm botching it, but Fuerza has worked with them. They do like live, like live rec. The other
Oh,
show,
you're talking about Compa Paco?
Yeah, like, but they have an engineer that they shout out to right there.
Edgar.
Yeah, Edgar en el audio.
Edgar is Marca MP.
Oh, okay.
Edgar, he does his own recording too, but he's
Yeah.
Marca MP's front of house engineer.
Oh, okay.
So Edgar,
You know him too?
Yeah, I know him.
Okay.
So Edgar and Manny are boys too.
Oh, okay.
So that whole audio is a whole
pretty-
different. It's a whole different realm, but there's a bunch of people too on there.
Okay. And that's another thing too. Like that's why I like to get like people like you and like my like Miguel. I know him as Alex, but everyone knows him as Miguel. So like I gotta remember Miguel. I like to get people like you guys, because you guys have different stories from behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? Everyone sees like the videos of that you guys do, but no one sees like the people who are doing it and telling those stories. You know what I'm saying? Being on the road and like you said, doing those videos that last 15 seconds or a minute and a half, but it took you how long and after the show how you stayed up.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
exactly.
saying? Yeah, that's one thing that
After the shows, everybody goes. Sometimes they go party, they go their own ways. Sometimes they just go to sleep, and I gotta go back and edit.
yeah.
I'm done. I'm editing photos on the road, no sleep. On the road, and it just a lot of people don't see that.
I really fuck with that picture you did recently of PESO. That one was hard.
Yeah, I have a bunch of pictures of him recently that I think the last 3 weeks he's done shows with him.
Yeah.
So
What,
pretty tight.
what do you think about working with PESO PLUMA? How has that?
It's cool. He's
How
super
many times
chill.
have you worked with him?
So the first time I ever worked with him was when I filmed Siempre Pendiente.
Okay, that was
And
the first one?
time, super cool. Super. I really didn't know who he was.
Yeah.
And then the song came out and it just blew up. He's number one right now. He's
Fuck
number
yeah,
one.
he is.
And it's great. He's super humble. Like I said, a lot of people just sometimes you get the artist on the wrong day, and since you don't see them all the time, you're like, oh, that one time I saw him, he was big, he was a dick, or but generally they're not. They're nice people. They're just tired.
What's crazy, I think he's actually, I don't know. I've seen his Pepe's Office interview, but he's actually has some roots here too, right? In Cali?
I think in New York.
In New York?
I think or on the East Coast, he came here. He was like a waiter or something.
Yeah.
And then that's when he started.
Because his
getting some
English
music.
is pretty
he's
pretty good,
He
huh?
has pretty good English.
Yeah, like I've seen his posts. Like sometimes he'll write in English. Yeah, and I'm like, damn, this dude has some roots out here and shit, And what's crazy is too, like that song that he made, La Bebé.
The remix.
It's pretty good, and I'm not into reggaeton, and I heard it. Like obviously, I know when a song is good because everyone's listening to it. But
a song's good when it's all over TikTok.
Yeah, bro, and like the way he like his vibe, bro. His vibe is he's doing it. He's doing it. He's like low key kind of changing the fucking
it's not he's just his show's very hyped.
Yeah.
He's running around the whole time. He's interacting with the crowd. Just this past weekend, he jumped off the stage and went to like the crowd, the whole general,
Yeah.
And it's great. He was standing on the barricades. It's pretty tight.
Yeah, I know, and that's what people want when you go to their shows. They want you to feel like it's also you're hyped about the show, Because
Exactly.
sometimes I've been to shows where the artist, you could tell that he's like, I don't fuck. Not that he's not just feeling it.
Yeah, sometimes I've been to shows that are boring.
Yeah,
and I'll leave early. And I'm like, it's not it,
Yeah,
Go home.
No, I've been there too, where I'm like, damn, this is not. But then there's some where and that's what I feel like. Peso's vibe on video. Just seeing his videos, you feel like you're in the music video.
Yeah, he's super vibey. He's pretty cool.
Yeah, he has a vibe. So that's pretty cool. Who else have you worked with other than Luis R is your main? Shout out Luis R.
So right now, I'm exclusive with Luis. We just,
Exclusive.
What cartel music?
Shout out to LuisRConriquez people for seeing something in my guy Vito right here from the IE, and they're not. You guys aren't even from the same country, but you know, for them to trust you and
it's been a process,
wanting to give you, you know, some sort of, you know, first of all, letting you come to their show, and then from there, you know, shout out to them, you know,
I
keep giving you some trust, and you know, you seem like a good guy.
We actually just started a company together.
Yeah.
Me and Cartel Music, we joined up, and we started Cartel Films.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna, you know, I still have the Vitography, and I'm always gonna be Vitography, but now I'm helping them run Cartel Films. They're gonna, you know, to a bigger market. So stuff that maybe I couldn't get to before, you know, we're opening up the doors and doing that now.
What are you guys gonna try and get into? Everything?
Everything. Or? They want to start doing documentaries for artists, you know. So they already have the connection with a lot of artists. Then they're gonna try to push that and have us shoot those stuff, you know, shoot music videos for bigger artists, and shoot some of these big production videos and stuff like that.
That's pretty cool. And and they said you're gonna be the guy that runs it. Sick. How was that?
It's tight. We just finalized it last week. And everything's good to go. We start running it, and we start promoting the page and everything. But like I said, I'm still photography, and you know that's always gonna be, you know, me.
Yeah.
But you now have like an additional, you know.
What's your goal? Like I remember when you walked in, I don't know if we're recording or not, but you were saying what I'm doing right now is not what I want to do forever. What do you see yourself doing, or maybe in 5 years? Or
honestly, I don't want to. I'm not gonna be. I don't want to do photo and video for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
This is just like just to give me, you know, just what I, you know, save up money. I want to get into the food industry.
Wow.
Food industry.
Really?
I have a really big love for cooking.
Culinary.
So not too culinary, not too fashion, but just like, I grew up, my grandma raised me when I was young because my parents worked a lot. Mm. So my grandma always had restaurants. She would cook and sell food from home. One of her biggest things was cooking. And I was always there learning stuff. You know, I would see her.
And in DF, you say your family's from DF?
Yeah.
That's a big, the food culture.
Yeah, food culture is huge.
Yeah.
So my family, we all live we all lived in LA at the time. You know, my grandparents came over here. My mom and my dad came over here.
Yeah.
So then when I was younger, I would just see my grandma cooking, and I would just seeing her, it made me like it, and I would ask her, show me. So she showed me, she showed me how to cook and everything. She always had restaurants. Unfortunately, she passed away last year. So when
sorry about that.
I don't know, you know, she's not suffering anymore. So it's you know, it hurts, but it's cool now. You get me?
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that what I want to do right now is either open a restaurant or a food truck, and it have, you know, memories of my grandma.
What's the name, or you haven't got there
so
yet?
the last restaurant we had with my family was called Country Corner Cafe, and it was Mexican and American food. So I'm gonna do something along those lines, you know.
And are you working on those connections, or what's
so I already last year I opened up a French fry pop up. I had like a gourmet fry pop up, and I just got so busy with work I had to put that to the side. But I do have a lot of connections in the food industry too.
Cool.
So I've always and there's been times where I'll sell food plates out of my home. Like sometimes I'll be bored, and I'll be like, you know what, I'm gonna sell steak and shrimp plates today. And it's not just because, you know, not for like necessity. I like to do it. Even with Cartel, they hit me up just last week. They're like, hey, can you come cook? We have some special guests coming. And I was like, yeah, bro, I got some steak, some T-bone steaks, made some lobster mac and cheese. I made a bunch of stuff. If you follow me on Instagram, I post my work and I post food. And it's always what I cook.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, bro, I love, because when I'm on the road, bro, that's all we eat, fast food and, you know, unhealthy shit.
Sometimes it's fire, though, when you're especially in Mexico.
Yeah. No, Mexico, I don't mind.
Because it feels like casero, you know?
But sometimes when I'm home, bro, I prefer just to cook everything homemade.
Right.
So I want to, you know, do this for a few years. Bro, I don't want to be, you know, 40 years old on tour.
Yeah.
You mean, unless I'm management or doing something big, then it's cool. But doing videos like that, you know, I love it, but I don't see myself doing it. I'd rather be, you know, at a restaurant, have a multiple, you know, chains, have like loncheras, stuff like that. You get me?
Hell yeah,
so
dude.
that's my end goal.
Fuck yeah, yeah. And it sounds like it's like a nostalgic for you. It reminds you of good times. It seems like you had some good times seeing your grandmother doing that and learning.
I'm the one, you know? in my family, sometimes when I'll be bored at home, I'll be like, hey, I'm gonna cook today. Everybody come over. Like my sister, my brothers, my cousins.
You're there with the gloves and everything.
I got my apron. I got my gloves. I have the whole shit. You know, like they already know. Like, hey, if I cook, bro, they come over.
Fuck yeah.
There'll be times where I'll make hibachi too. You know, I'll get the grill out, do the whole show and everything.
Yeah.
Or, you know,
on the road, do you sometimes cook? Like, let's say you have 2 days in one city. Do you try to get something going?
Now I won't on the road. Now I just buy food, or we do a lot of like Uber Eats and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
It's just easier, you know. Sometimes having to get all the seasonings and shit like that.
Yeah.
But when I'm home, bro, I love to cook. Like for Thanksgiving, I cook the whole meal, bro. Turkey, ham, all the sides, everything.
So you want to get a food truck and then you want to be an owner of a restaurant, or a chef of a restaurant.
Owner of a restaurant, chef. You know, be the head chef and stuff like that. Cook and just have something. You know, if it's just one food truck, you know, it's gonna open up the door to more.
Start from there, yeah. Start from there.
So that's the end goal, you know, and be able to save up to invest in the food truck, and then from there, just see where it goes.
Do you still want to be involved with photography and at that time, or
at that point? It really depends, because, you know, there's new generations. Everything's going to change. I don't know how the photography game is going to be from here to 10 years.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's better, you know, just if I'm going to do photo and video, if I'm going to do food, I'm going to just stick to food. You just do it on my own. Because there's been times where I try to do 3, 4, 5 different projects, and it sucks. Like, everything's good, but I can't give it my all to all 5, you know?
I see what you mean.
So right now, that's why I stopped doing the pop-ups on the food. Because I was, you know, giving, you know, 50 to this, 50 to this.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, come on. I'll just do 100% to my photo and video for, like, however long I need to. And then from there, do my food business, and, you know.
It's hard, too, because, like, as grown men, we're fucking have a lot of interest, too, you know. And it's hard to do this and then you want to do that. And then not only do you have interest, but then you start gaining some stuff that I want to look into trying doing that. Like, lately, I've been, like, I used to be, like, kind of... Not that I've done anything towards hunting, but I'm like, it's intriguing now. I'm like, fuck, how dope would it be to be like 2 days out in the fucking woods just trying to see if you could find a fucking... I don't know. I haven't even done it or nothing, but it's just like, man, it's
one
intriguing.
Of those what if. Like,
what if?
Do it,
and I want to, you know, but it's hard to stretch yourself into fucking 5 different pieces.
Exactly.
You know, and sometimes you just got to zone in on 2 or 3, get that done, and... you know, maybe accomplish that and then do the next thing.
Yeah, that's why I've learned to do, you know, just stick to one thing to, you know, to perfect it. And then if I have time, then I'll do other things, you know. So like I said, now I've cooked a couple times for the guys at Cartel, you know, and I could cook big, you know, for a lot of people and for a little bit of people.
Yeah.
You know, I've learned that from my grandma. So
shout out grandma.
Yeah, so that's one of the things I love to do. That's probably one of my favorite things to do is cooking.
Yeah. It sounds like it. You kind of like perked up when we started talking about that.
Yeah, so like I said, it's one of the favorite things I like when I'm home cooking, bro.
For your kids and shit?
For my kids, for my family, like...
breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Yeah, breakfast, lunch, dinner. I'll cook everything fresh, too.
Have you seen... it's a little sidetrack, but... Have you seen that movie, Spanglish?
Yeah.
Yeah,
like that.
Like, remember when he's, like, at home... He's just fucking making like an egg sandwich and like he splits it and the fucking egg comes out.
I'll try to do like when I'm at home. I still try to do if I do it like a meal, I always gotta have a couple sides with it. You know, there's no basic. You know, just a sandwich. If I'm gonna have a sandwich, I'm gonna do bacon, lettuce, you know, a bunch of other stuff to it, and just make it, you know, how I want it.
Sometimes too, the thing about food is not just being good, but sometimes like the presentation of the food, even if it's like simple, like. Sometimes se te antoja más.
I'll send you screenshots of the food posts that on my stories, and you can post them. You know, so people are like, damn, he doesn't know how to cook. I have people hitting me like, damn, bro, you really cooked that? I was like, yeah, you know what you mean.
Yeah. So sometimes you do like to like sell shit on your Instagram of food. If you're like, hey, I'm gonna have a couple plates, like check it out. People already know you for that.
Yeah, people hit me like, hey, when are you gonna sell again?
Oh shit,
like, you know, I've been busy. I can't right now. People hit me up saying, hey, when are you gonna sell again? Or, you know, I'm ready for the next pop-up.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know, I'm just trying to focus on video right now.
Hopefully, you make that happen. Because, I mean, you've made that video and video and photography happen. And, you know, it seems like you want to make the food thing happen. So, to put a bow on it, fucking, what's your big thing that you want to accomplish this year, 2023? What's something that you got your eye on and you're like, I want to do that?
You know what? Like, as in what term? Like
any term, work-wise, anything you want to do.
I'll probably this year I'm just gonna get myself a new truck, and then.
What kind of truck? I seen you got a badass truck.
Yeah, you know something.
What kind of truck is it?
Right now I have a Nissan. As a Nissan Titan, and then I have a Nissan Frontier. But I want to sell those two, and then I have a Razor too. Sell the Razor and get a brand new truck and a brand new Razor.
What kind of truck?
I don't know, probably a Ram, but I want a diesel.
Ram?
Yeah, diesel.
Yeah. You know what I want? I want the GMC Denali, bro. A burgundy one with the chrome.
Yeah, they're tight.
Diesel dually. ¿Qué andas haciendo? You know? I got you. That Tacoma?
Yeah.
That one's mine.
Oh, tight. I have a Frontier. It's 2008, but it's long travel. It has fiberglass in the front. You know, it's wider than my Titan. So it's pretty tight.
Yeah. Well, I used to have my first car was a Scion TC, and when I got a Jeep, I was like, fuck a car. I like, you know. And then I got my Tacoma, and I was like, I'm never buying a car. I'm gonna do a truck. It's just better.
You're more comfortable.
Yeah, are.
The first car I ever had was a 1986 Toyota van. It had no back seats. I was in high school.
Yeah.
My older brother gave it to me as a gift because, like I said, I used to DJ. So it was his, and I was like, "Hey, bro, can I borrow it, like, to go, like, take my equipment for the gig?" He's like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
And at one point, he's like, "Hey, you know, I'm proud of you. You know, you keep doing it. Keep the van."
Yeah.
Bro,
he let you keep it?
Yeah, he let me keep it.
Shout out.
Bro, I used to keep the van. Bro, I used to get fucked up and party and just sleep in my van. Sleep in my van with the equipment in there. Go, and then something like for football practice, bro, I stuffed like 10 of us in there. Yeah. And we go from football practice to go get food, to go, you know, chill.
Chill time.
Yeah. So.
What's crazy is too right now that you're saying you're my age, you graduated the same year, like that. I also partied in high school like that, so I'm surprised I never like met you.
Yeah, there's a lot more partying in San Bernardino.
Me too.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't like in no crew or nothing,
Yeah,
but I mean, I would show up and pay the $10 for the flyer and shit.
Yeah,
you know,
all the girls free and
yeah. So I'm surprised I never seen you.
One time, there was a wild party I threw, and then this was when this was when Four Loko.
Four Loko, yeah.
In high school.
Fuck.
So then my family had a restaurant bar. So we had alcohol. I mean, we'll probably get in trouble. No, we can't get in trouble now. Fuck it.
Yeah.
So
no, you can't.
So this was like 10 years ago in high school. Oh yeah, probably more than, because I'm already 30. I was 12
years ago.
12, 13 years ago. Fuck. Damn, that hurts. So we're in high school, and then the guys at the alcohol place, they knew me. So one time I came in, I was like, "Oh, I'm just coming to pick up for the restaurant."
Yeah.
So I bought cases and cases of Four Loko for the party, and I paid them out. Bro, in the party, that's all I served. Bro, there was people crawling out the party so fucked up.
No, those will fuck you up, man.
And people before.
Didn't they ban them?
For a while. Because at first when they were coming out, people thought they were like regular drinks, you know?
No, but they were energy drinks.
They were, and they had alcohol, bro, and they were so strong.
They were strong as fuck. One will fuck you up.
And people
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
I down, bro. I have a story where I downed 2 in one night, back to back, bro. I wanted to die.
Yeah, those are bad, bro.
And that's the only time where I woke up and I was like, fuck, where am I? You know? At first, I'm not even a drinker like that. You know
I've never been a drinker too, but when I threw that party, bro, I was like, damn, I didn't realize it was that bad. People were crawling out, throwing up everywhere.
Four Loko, yeah. And they banned them, and then you said they brought them back, so maybe they lowered something. But yeah, dude, we'll fucking end it there. You're really good at this. You're a really good guest. You know how to tell stories and keep going, and you didn't even need me. I was like, dude.
Like I said, this is my first podcast, and I've been invited to other ones, but sometimes it just, you know, I don't have time, or, you know, I'm on the road a lot.
Yeah,
you know, sometimes, bro, I have my apartment. I have my apartment, and I stay more in hotels than anything.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So it's like the life on the road.
Yeah. So you're really good at this, and I appreciate you fucking wanting to do it. Shout out my guy Irvin.
I appreciate it.
And we made it poppin', spitballing, another episode in the books. Shout out to VITOGRAPHYY.
Yeah,
ooh, I got it.
There you go.
Shout out to VITOGRAPHYY. Where can they find you at?
Instagram, Instagram, I think. Oh, Instagram and TikTok.
Instagram and
same
TikTok.
thing. VITOGRAPHYY. It's with 2 Y's.
All right.
There's a couple other photographies after, you know, they have, you know, 3 Y's, 4 Y's, but mine is photography with 2 Y's.
Photography, 2 Y's.
Yeah, Cesar Acosta. You'll see
Cesar Acosta. Hit up my guy. He does great work. Seen his dope ass pictures.
I appreciate it.
He doesn't do no more weddings and stuff, but maybe for a family member or something like that.
I'll send other people to do it.
Yeah, that's right. But shout out to the
appreciate it, man. Thank you.
And we'll get it on and pop it. Thanks to everyone who keeps freaking watching my shit. Spitballin Podcast, we're coming. It's only the beginning. We're going to grind it out. People like Vito that co-sign the podcast and are willing to take the time to come to my crib and fucking speak for an hour and a half, tell their story to an upcoming podcast. He's getting nothing out of this. If anything, I'm getting something out of it. And he's getting nothing. And I really appreciate him taking the time to, out of his busy schedule, he has kids, but he's here with another grown man just talking, bullshitting. So thank you so much, bro.
All right, man. Thank you. Thank you for having me out.
We're out. Peace out. Hell yeah, bro.